Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, I'm going to have some fun. If I show up nowadays, it's because I just can't stop myself because I've been in the process of writing my novel, which I can't even tell you the title is so good. Oh my God. You're going to love it. But Klaus Schwab has been accused. I thought it was just one female staff member, but it's been multiple female staff members of his. But one accused him of posing in a sexually suggestive manner, and the other ones say that he made a sexually hostile work environment for them. Now, definitively, I support the truth of anyone who is being aggressively bullied in any manner by a person in a greater level of authority over their lives and their destiny. When you got to pay that rent or that mortgage, you don't feel too comfortable saying, leave me the cuss word alone. Even though, yes, that's what you do. If you have to, that's what you do because your body is your temple, is sacred. Not that that's your fault. I'm just saying, I surely do not support despicable people taking advantage of those who are in their power. Now, that said, I'm going to look at it from just beyond the reality of the horrible reality of people being taken advantage of by predators, but at whiteism itself and how that impacts the entire world. That said, Klaus Schwab. Oh my God. Well, before I even get to him, I want to go over the checkered history of white females, because I would imagine these are all white females. And some of the stories that they do tell that you can't believe. And I'm going to stick with the modern times in terms of how that's evidencing now, where, wasn't there a hashtag Me Too movement going on where they were calling out everybody? Oh, it felt so just he smiles at me the wrong way. And it was just too much because that's what they were accusing Morgan Freeman of when he got on an elevator with somebody. And they were like, the way that he looked at me, it just went too ridiculous. Not that I would ever support Morgan Freeman. I'm just saying, I don't hate the dude, but he is an epic procyon motor in my firm conclusion because of some of the projects that he's participated in. Now, but after all of that, not that hashtag Me Too is over, it's just things get kind of old and then people want to move on. Like they've moved on to wearing no clothes in hella weird. And that doesn't seem to be working for them either, even though I'm wondering why nobody, when they're applauding all these strumpets out here wearing not a daggone thing, but some Coco Chanel underwear, really? Why they're not putting it together with, oh, I thought you didn't like people looking at you untowardly. So I don't even know if that's a word. I'm just saying it anyway. But at the same time, there's this feature of feminism where they want to insist that a woman should be able to walk out in any type of disrobement she feels like, and men can't be men. It's like that same thing that's affecting all of women's athletics where feminism said, oh no, men and women are exactly the same. That's why, women should be treated as if we're a friggin' 7 foot tall, 230-pound sinewed beast. So that when we're facing him in competition, we don't acknowledge any difference between men and women whatsoever, which would impact society. If you have a man who's capable of balance and is not just power hungry and egomaniacal, so that he needs everybody to bow down to him because he's supposed to be God, right? If you are with a non them folks from the mountains and all the rest of that, if you're with then that's not a problem most of the time, right? Historically, we sisters, we never had, and it's even in Howard Zinn's history of the United States, the people's history of the United States, where when he did a comparison between the way women are treated in other societies as opposed to Western civilization, he didn't say civilization, it's a diametrically opposed difference where the white men treated their women like objects, like furniture. And I could see that myself. I'm always looking at history and studying history. But at the outset of English history specifically, with a woman named Queen Matilda, there was a couple of them. Uh, Back then, and these were in like the 1200s, I'm just hazarding a guess, probably earlier, maybe the thousands or whatever, women were given an enormous amount of education, but in the white man's need to control, and also because a lot of white women just seem to have a nature, I don't know, I'm just saying, where they just kind of want to be whiny and get what they want the way that they want it. So the men are just like, look, this is the way we could shut them up. All right. And so the men just sort of started saying, no, 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 that's for the men to be educated. You women, you just stick with cleaning and looking puffery and powdery and all the rest of that stuff. And so the white woman winds up just it's a pendulum that never stops swinging, not just really undulated in a balanced manner, but with it going this way and then it going that way, and then they don't know how to just be at ease with life the way it is, where they're constantly like, even with all the money that they have stolen in this planet, and they're still like, oh, I don't know, but just like terribly depressed. That makes no damn sense unless there's just something with you that is busted as hell. And so with Klaus Schwab, when I look at a person like that, yo, dude protected. He protected, supposedly. All right? Just like Diddy is protected, supposedly. He ain't anymore. But as I've been stating, there is a free fall loss going on that a lot of you know about also in their ranks. And so that they're desperate to have us not just not notice their wrongdoing, because there's many. I'm screaming about that radiation. I'm like, do we understand? They've handed us the real trump card, where when you kill oceans, you lose. Because how many people's entire societies are based on harvesting food from the largest source of oxygen and rain for the whole planet anywhere? I mean, when you reveal what these people have done to our planet, and it's simply because of our ignorance that we don't realize it, it's over for them. It's over. Okay. So in thinking about Klaus and how protected he is to do what he's been doing in terms of, I think overall, he made, like all the employees of the satanic elite, promises based on their arrogant stupidity, where they make a general assumption that common you and me are nothing but beasts of the field, the unwashed masses, the clueless, lowbrow proletariats, whatever words they use to overlook the fact that they're a bunch of freaking psychopaths. And so he just made promises to the elites that, oh yeah, by 2022, or what is it, the Agenda 24, something or other, we'll have them all on board. Well, one of the things that they needed to get everybody going is they needed Black you and me to be the poster children of their madness. We are supposed to be so shucking and jiving, Procyon loadering to them that we would have taken a Candace Owens at face value. And we would have never, because they will hide some of the stupid, evil stuff that she said and she's done. And I remember when I first did a investigation and looked her up and did a share about her, white people were coming in saying, "You don't like her?" I was like, whoa, they really expect us to fall for the okie doke. But that's the way that they are. They always think with that. I don't, it's just, it's their nature as entities to see the world in a dark and dismal fashion, which is the mind of a psychopath, because you think, I don't know, I'm just guessing. I think there's a lot of psychopaths who don't feel a damn thing. And so they do stuff in order to get some sense that they're alive. But at the same time, I think their intellectual conclusion is that everything sucks. And so they just make an assumption that we must be feeling the same way that they do. No, we don't. No, we don't. We're different people. I want to say we're a different species. That's my firm conclusion, but I want to do the scientific thing. And I think scientific agrees with me too. But when Klaus, someone like a Klaus, is getting called out, and this is his staff would be hand selected for their cooperative beguilement to go along with whatever the satanic elites are doing. They're just like waiting for their next day in the sun. So for them to be calling him out on a sexually harassing work environment, I think they got just like with Diddy, because Cassie, she wasn't a domestic abuse victim. She was hired. She was hired to perform a service, and she was long term. She was long-term service worker. And when Diddy beat the crap out of her, that was awful, awful. But that's the mentality of those people who think in those despicable, perverted circles. I know they're really going to be going after Diddy when they come out about the, you know, hairy butt to hairy other things, transfer of bodily fluids. I'm just saying, there's a whole bunch of stuff that when they start revealing that, then you know their last cards are on the table. All right. And so with Cassie, and she knew what she was on board for. Whatever it was that Diddy wanted her to do, she was really not into it. And so she got a tail beat. But why she wait so long? That's what I'm saying with Klaus. Now you notice his work environment is disagreeable? Hmm? He's posing in sexually aggressive manners? I'm not saying he didn't. I bet you he did that and worse. He's way up the food chain of these demon people, right? So I know he gets invited to places that Diddy would probably be scared to go himself, where they do things there that I've been seeing the different articles in Daily Mail. And I find it amusing that Jill Biden was walking around one day with a vote, 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 vote dress on. And then the next day in Daily Mail, they had her with a butterflies all over the place dress. Because that's the message. If you're putting out words for the common people, for your operatives behind the scenes, you're putting out other words, right? And then they have so much stuff there. They can't discuss it all. But I'm just saying, for Klaus, for his door to be knocked on like that, That's good news, but not the final toll on that devil's bell, which is just tell them about the daggone Pacific Ocean. Go to my playlist. It's the radiation. And you're going to find all the data, all the stuff you need. Go purchase my book, Furnace of Affliction, Healing Radiation Damage to the Human Body. It has more cures than it has, the first portion of the book is to set everything up so people know I'm not up here to be scamming you, to find to make a fortune off of a horrifying event that is possibly going to wipe out human life. Possibly. I don't think so, but only because if the Most High wins, we all win, even if this planet is obliterated, right? We'll be back. But I'm just saying, before that, don't you want to see more than Klaus Schwab going down? Because I know us waking up and refusing to not only not be the champions of their lunacy, but to simply prefer just a rational, sane type of life where the stuff they're peddling, it makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense, and it's endangering our children. I know that when we put all the truth out there and not just what's popular, made popular on YouTube, then we are victorious. Just like that. Okay? I'm not doing any hand symbols. I'm just regular people. Okay? All right. I think I said all that I need to say. It's hard to tell. All right. Mwah. Straight Black Pride. Oh, go to 25,000yearcycle.org to purchase our amazing products. I thank all of you who do that. You are highly supportive of my ability to do what must be done. I have to write the book because it's an extraordinary storyline. And we need another book because unfortunately, being the only person talking about Fukushima, the way that it needs to be discussed, I have to keep my skills relevant and out there so that your sister is not just some grifter out here. I'm willing to put equity sweat into saving your and your family's lives. That's easy. So assist me through that arduous process by going to 25,000yearcycle.org, purchasing our amazing, we don't put no crap out there for you. It works, okay? Dr. She's products, extraordinary. Brothers, extraordinary. And my products, ditto, okay? All right. Mwah. Where was I? I love you. Straight Black Pride. And we own forever. Peace and blessings, family.